The second reason is that most forms of meditation, if you look up the dictionary, are forms of thinking. And Sahaj, at its essence, is a state of awareness of not thinking. So let's go straight in. If this is your first time online, please just sit comfortably with your feet slightly apart, the palms of your hand open on your lap or on a table, and your back straight. It doesn't have to be rigid. We're not in the United States Marine Corps. Just straight and comfortable. Now, if you know how to raise your energy, please do so now. If you don't, just focus your attention at the top of your head. And give yourself a protection. So what we're going to do now is a guided meditation up the left channel. If you look at the chart that comes with this meditation, it's the blue channel, our feminine side. So we have our left hand open on our lap or on the table, and we're going to use our right hand in certain parts of our body and say certain affirmations to help us reach this state. So take your right hand and put it on your heart. We're going to begin by asking of our inner self certain questions. So here we'll say 3 times, am I the spirit? We're asking this of ourself. Am I the spirit? Am I the spirit? So now, let your right hand slip down until it's at the top of the stomach, just underneath the rib cage, on the left side of your torso, of your body. And here we'll ask the question, again 3 times, am I my own master? Or teacher? Am I my own master? Am I my own master? And again, let your right hand drop down until it's in the lower abdomen on the left side, sort of on a level with your hips, and hold this quite firmly. Now this is the center of pure knowledge. And what do we mean by pure knowledge? We're talking about things like wisdom, intuition, compassion, qualities that we recognize in each other, but there's no way to measure them as yet. These are the subtle qualities that are important in a human being, and where you have your hand is the source and the seat of this knowledge. So here we'll say about 6 times, but don't count. Please let me have the pure knowledge. Please let me have the pure knowledge. The important thing is desire. It's not the accuracy of the number of times you ask for it. And now raise your right hand again, back up until it's just underneath the rib cage, at the top of the stomach. You will find, if you practice this meditation, that this pure knowledge will start to show up in your daily life. And truly, you'll begin to discover self-mastery. So here we'll say about 10 times, I am my own master. Or if you prefer, I am my own teacher. And now, raise your hand up again onto the heart. Now, if you look at most people around you, you'll see that they make their decisions mostly based on their ego or their superego. That's their opinions or their conditionings. And if we meditate regularly, you'll discover that your spirit will start to come to the fore. And you'll know it's happening because you become more compassionate to the people around you. So here with your hand on your heart, say about 12 times, please let me know my spirit. Or if you want, you can say, I am the spirit. We are not this body. We are not this mind. We are not this intelligence, at least not exclusively. There's a part of us is pure spirit. You can say, I am the spirit. Or, please let me know my spirit. Now we can take our right hand and move it up again to where the neck joins the shoulder on the left side. Hold this quite firmly. Turn your head a little to the right. And here we can say as many times as you like, I do not condemn myself. I do not condemn myself. A lot of people, especially here in New York, feel guilty and insecure. The two things are connected. And if we have done something wrong and we can put it right, we should do so. But a lot of the time, it's not possible for a variety of reasons. And it's important that we forgive ourselves and move on. And of course, don't make the same mistakes all over again. So this is important, that we do not condemn ourselves. So now take your right hand and put it flat across your forehead. And let your head fall forward a wee bit into the palm of your hand. And here, without thinking of anyone, just say with full confidence, I forgive everyone in general, including myself. I forgive everyone in general, including myself. This is important because without forgiving, this energy in the sacrum bone cannot cross this narrow gate. That's the third eye, or we call it the Agnya chakra. When we forgive, it opens just a little. The ego and the superego deflate, and the energy in our sacrum bone can come through this narrow gate and pierce the fontanelle bone area at the top of our head. I forgive everyone in general, including myself. Now take your right hand and place it palm down on the top of your head, in the place that was soft when we were babies. And press down quite firmly and rotate the skin on the top of your head in a clockwise direction. And each time you do so, you can say, please let me experience pure meditation, or if you prefer, please let me have my self-realization, or you might even say, please let me have my yoga, because yoga is a connection of our own inner divine energy with the cosmic energy of the universe. So do that about 7 times. And when you've finished, raise your hand a little off the top of your head, and somewhere between about 3 and 9 inches above your head, without effort, you'll be able to feel on your hand an energy. It's very gentle. You might feel it as warm or cool, doesn't matter. When you've located it above your head, keep your focus here, bring your hand back on your lap, and we'll begin our meditation. So I'll play some music. And we can slowly open our eyes. And let's keep our attention at the top of our head and just listen to a verse of a poem by T.S. Eliot, who was born in St. Louis, Missouri. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature. And this is the final stanza of a poem called The Four Quartets.
We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. Through the unknown remembered gate, when the last of earth left to discover is that which was the beginning. At the source of the longest river, the voice of the hidden waterfall, and the children in the apple tree, not known because not looked for, but heard, half heard, in the stillness between two waves of the sea. Quick now, here now, always. A condition of complete simplicity, costing not less than everything. And all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well, when the tongues of flame are enfolded into the crown knot of fire, and the fire and the rose are one.
That's a very powerful verse. And you'll notice it begins, "We shall not cease from exploration," because seeking is an inherent part of being human. He talks about the source of the longest river, and the source of the longest river is in the sacrum bone, from which emerges this inner divine energy, which is infinite. And I love that expression for thoughtless awareness. He talks about the stillness between two waves of the sea. You can think of our thoughts as waves which come down, and then there's a gap, a space, the stillness, and another thought rises. And as we practice Sahaja meditation, that gap between the thoughts increases and increases. And finally, he talks about when the fire and the rose are one. The fire is this energy in the sacrum bone, and the rose is this area at the top of our head. When you look at it from above, it looks like a rose. So he's talking about that connection, which is yoga. So there we are. I wish you a very pleasant weekend. I'll play music for about another 10 minutes or so if you wish to carry on meditating. And all the very best with your seeking and with your practice. Good night.